I don't know. Shit, I can't see in there. Muddy. Get the people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect. And you're up over.
Am I over the? I can't see it.
Well, see, there's that lady in the yellow right there.
Yeah.
Well, don't need my toes.
But we're not over. Maybe I stand up there in front of the microphone. Right?
Yeah. You want me to?
Yeah. Well, you're short, so it'll work. Go up there and stand.
Going to be up here. And also on the show we have Emily Phillips and Mike Sutter, and then later Harmony will be out for the final act. But starting us off tonight is Dave Smith doing a solo set, and I want you to welcome Dave.
Vroom, vroom. My name is Stanford Barnes and I come from Buffalo town. I've roamed the world over, I've traveled all around. I've been through ups and downs in life and better times I've saw. But I never knowed what misery were till I came to Arkansas. I landed in St. Louis with $10 and no more. I read the morning papers till both my eyes were sore. I read the evening papers and then at last I saw 10,000 men were needed in the state of Arkansas. I wiped my eyes in dumb surprise to read that grateful news, and I started out that moment to find the agent Billy Hughes. He said, pitch me down $5 and a ticket you shall draw to ride upon the railroad to the state of Arkansas. In the year of '82 in the merry month of May, I landed down in Fort Smith on a hot and sultry day. Up stepped a walking skeleton and he offered me his paw, invited me to his hotel, the best in Arkansas. I followed my conductor to his dwelling place. Poverty was depicted on his melancholy face. He fed me on corn dodgers, his beef I could not chaw, and he charged me 50 cents for this in the state of Arkansas. I started out next morning to catch the morning train. He said to me, you'd better work, I've got some land to drain. I'll pay you 50 cents a day, your board and wash and all, and you will be a different man when you leave old Arkansas. I worked 6 weeks for this son of a gun, Jesse Herring was his name. Stood 6'7" in his stocking feet, taller than any crane. His hair hung down like rat tails on his long and lantern jaw. He was the photograph of all the gents you'll find in Arkansas. He fed me on corn dodger, hard as any rock, till my teeth began to loosen and my knees began to knock. I grew so thin on sassafras tea I could hide behind a straw, and indeed I was a different man when I left old Arkansas. So farewell to swamp angels, cane breaks and chills. Farewell to sassafras tea and old corn dodger pills. If I ever see this place again, I'll give you my paw. It'll be through a telescope from here to Arkansas. It'll be through a telescope from here to Arkansas. Thank you very much. This is one written by Dolly Parton. Back through the years, I go wandering once again, back to the season of my youth. I recall a box of rags someone gave us, and how my mama put those rags to use. There were rags of many many colors. Every piece was small. I didn't have a coat and it was late on in the fall. Mama sewed those rags together. She made every stitch with love. She made my coat of many colors that I was so proud of. As she sewed, she told a story from the Bible she had read about a coat of many colors Joseph wore. And then she said, perhaps this coat will bring you good luck and happiness. Oh, I just couldn't wait to wear it as Mama blessed it with a kiss. My coat of many colors that my mama made for me, made from only rags, but I wore it so proudly. We didn't have much money, but I was rich as I could be in my coat of many colors my mama made for me. So with patches on my breeches and holes in both my shoes, in my coat of many colors, well, I started off for school, just to find the children laughing and making fun of me in my coat of many colors my mama made for me. They didn't understand it, but I felt that I was rich, and I told them of the love my mama sewed in every stitch. All about the story Mama told me while she sewed, of how the coat of many colors is worth more than all your gold. I didn't understand it, and I tried to make them see. You are only poor only if you choose to be. We didn't have much money, but I was rich as I could be in my coat of many colors my mama made for me. My coat of many colors that my mama made for me, made from only rags, but I wore it so proudly. We didn't have much money, but I was rich as I could be in my coat of many colors my mama made for me. In my coat of many colors that my mama made just for me. Grandpa Jones and his family lived here in Stone County for a number of years back in the 1980s. They had a little dinner theater out on the other side of town on the Folk Center Road. Grandpa was a great guy. He's a really funny guy. He played on the stage at the Folk Center a lot of times. This is probably his signature song, 8 More Miles to Louisville. I've rambled round the country wide, my fortune for the fair. Been up and down the 2 coastlines, I've been most everywhere. From Portland east to Portland west and back along the line. I'm on my way to the place that's best, that old hometown of mine. 8 more miles to Louisville, coming into my view. 8 more miles on this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. Now it's 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. Well, every boy's got a girl somewhere that he likes best of all. Mine lives down in Louisville, she's long and she's tall. She's the kind that you can't find rambling in the land. I'm on my way this very day to win her heart and hand. 8 more miles to Louisville, coming into my view. 8 more miles on this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. Now it's 8 more miles to Louisville, hometown of my heart. Picture in my mind the place we'll call our home, an humble little hut for 2 we never more will roam. The place that's right for that my side is in them bluegrass hills. Oh, gently flows the Ohio through a town called Louisville. 8 more miles to Louisville, coming into my view. 8 more miles on this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start. Now it's 8 more miles to Louisville, hometown of my heart. 8 more miles to Louisville, hometown of my heart. Who wrote this next song, and he said he played it for his friend. I'm getting a big hum here. Are you hearing that, Mark? He said he played this for his friend John Guggenheim. Guggenheim said that song will never go anywhere. But then Guggenheim changed his name to John Denver, and he recorded this song, and he did pretty good with it. Oh, when I was a little bitty boy, just up off of the floor, we used to go down to Grandma's house every month and or so. We'd eat chicken pie and country ham, homemade butter on the bread. But the very best thing about Grandma's house was a great big feather bed. It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide and as soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 11 geese, took a whole bolt of cloth for the tick. It'd hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and a piggy that we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Well, after supper, we'd sit around the fire, the old folks would spit and chew. Pa would talk about the farm and the war, and Granny'd sing a ballad or two. Well, I'd sit and listen and watch the fire till the cobwebs filled my head. Then the next thing you know, I'd wake up in the morning in the middle of the old feather bed. It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide and as soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 11 geese, took a whole bolt of cloth for the tick. It'd hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and a piggy that we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Well, I love my ma and I love my pa, I love Granny and Grandpa too. I've been fishing with my uncle and I wrestled with my cousin and I even kissed Aunt Lou. But if I ever had to make a choice, I guess it ought to be said that I'd trade them all, plus the gal down the road for the great big feather bed. It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide and soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 11 geese, took a whole bolt of cloth for the tick. It'd hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and a piggy that we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. I have a little farm out here at Fox. My wife and I got a little 80-acre place out here on the mountain. Not getting any hay right now, but if I was mowing hay right now, I'd be mowing it with my 1939 Alice Chalmers Model B tractor with the original belly mount sickle bar mower that came with it back in 1939. I like that old stuff. I always hum this song when I'm working with that tractor. It's called Sweet Alice Chalmers. Sweet Alice Chalmers, I've rode you so long, I feel like I'm glued to your wheel. Your rusty exhaust pipe, she hums me a song that sounds just as bad as I feel. 'Cause day after day, Lord, ain't nothing to do but point this old tractor ahead. Wish I was drinking a bottle or two and loving some sweet thing instead. I got a sweet running tractor, a 4-bottom plow, but they can't take the place of my St. Joseph gal. I had me a pretty woman from up by St. Joe. She lived over yonder away. She swore that she loved me with body and soul, till she just up and left me one day. A man could go crazy, stone deaf and blind, fighting a 4-bottom plow, watching the black dirt roll under behind, with the sun beating down on his brow. I got a sweet running tractor, a 4-bottom plow, but they can't take the place of my St. Joseph gal. Sweet Alice Chalmers, I've rode you so long, I feel like I'm glued to your wheel. Your rusty exhaust pipe, she hums me a song that sounds just as bad as I feel. Ooh, know a friend in Malvern, from Malvern, named Terry Williams. Wrote a lot of really great songs back in the 70s, I guess. He passed on at a very early age, but he left a wealth of really great songs. This is one of his songs called Siren Song. Walking along the railroad track, humming on a song, with my guitar on my back and my bedroll hung below, dreaming about the girl who sleeps inside my soul. She's a siren song singer, she's a daydreaming, mind-pleasing girl. She picks her guitar like picking them daisies from a field. We had a peaceful understanding and a life that was real. Shoes of mine, they're getting kind of bare. My soul is holy and so is theirs. Hurting from the aching in my feet, my heart and mind. I guess I'll keep on hurting for that gal I aim to find. She's a siren song singer, she's a daydreaming, mind-pleasing girl. She picks her guitar like picking them daisies from a field. We had a peaceful understanding and a life that was real. Through the dust ahead, I spot a town. My body, it begs to be laid down. Well, the YMCA ain't no bad place to stay when you're headed for tomorrow, the very next day. She's a siren song singer, she's a daydreaming, mind-pleasing girl. She picks her guitar like picking them daisies from a field. We had a peaceful understanding and a love that was real. We've got a peaceful understanding and a love that is real. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just came out this spring with my new CD. I've got a couple of them. Really happy to get it out. This is the title track from that CD. If y'all are interested in my CDs, I can't sell them here on the Court Square, but I'll meet you over by my white Dodge truck over there on the street if you want to see me about buying a CD here in just a little bit when I'm done. Great shows coming up tonight. Emily Phillips and Mike Sutter are on here in just a few minutes. Junior Folks, and then Robert and Mary Gillihan and myself will be up here as harmony to end this whole shebang here about 8:30 tonight. So come back and see us. This is called Red Rockin' Chair. For your red rocking chair, I ain't got no honey baby now. I ain't got no sugar baby now. It's all I can do, all I can say. Take it to your mama next payday. Take it to your mama next payday. And I ain't got no use for your red rocking chair. I ain't got no honey baby now. I ain't got no sugar baby now. Who'll rock the cradle, who'll sing your song? Who'll rock the cradle when you're gone? Who'll rock the cradle when you're gone? Well, I'll rock the cradle and I'll sing your song. I'll rock the cradle when you're gone. I'll rock the cradle when you're gone. And I ain't got no use for your red rocking chair. I ain't got no honey baby now. I ain't got no sugar baby now. I ain't got no use for your red apple juice. Living on corn whiskey now. I'm living on corn whiskey now. And I ain't got no use for your red rocking chair. I ain't got no honey baby now. I ain't got no sugar baby now. I ain't got no honey baby now. Okay, I'm almost there. Y'all have been very patient. Almost there. It's a song written by a tremendous Canadian songwriter named James Keelhan. We just love this guy's stuff. He's been here in Mountain View a couple of times, about 15 years ago or so. Doesn't seem that long, but it was. This is my favorite of his songs, and it's on my Westland Wind CD. It tells a great story. It's called Jenny Bryce. This morn as I was lost in thought, as up the hill I wandered, sitting there to greet the dawn upon my life I pondered, and glanced along the shaded grove where often I have been with Jenny Bryce. Jack the Rover's daughter, sweet Jenny Bryce, Jack the Rover's daughter. Family came of tinker's stock, baptized by flowing water. Old Jack, he was disposed to roam, and so his only daughter. And me, a lad of 17, I left my parents' home for Jenny Bryce. Jack the Rover's daughter, sweet Jenny Bryce, Jack the Rover's daughter. To heathered moor with Jenny I went roving. Her voice so sweet made soft the road from daylight till day's closing. And when at night I laid to rest, 'twas in my true love's arms, Jenny Bryce. Jack the Rover's daughter, sweet Jenny Bryce, Jack the Rover's daughter. She said, "Oh Willie, I weary of the road, so a fine small house I built for us down in yon shaded grove. And there with Jenny by my side, I led a settled life, with Jenny as companion and as wife." One day she said, "Oh Willie, a child for us I bear, and all that her lender long I worked and helped her to prepare. But none but God could help her for a birth such as she saw." And Jenny Bryce, she bore for us a daughter. She was Jenny Bryce, she bore for us a daughter. Six tortured hours she lingered and never once complained. and all that I could do for her I did to ease her pain. When morning came, I formed a cross and carved on it her name. I carved Jenny Bryce, Jack the Rover's daughter, sweet Jenny Bryce, Jack the Rover's daughter. So this morn, as I was lost in thought, as down the hill I ambled, and back along the shaded stream where with my love I rambled, to greet a child of 7 years who bears her mother's name. She is Jenny Bryce, Jenny Bryce's daughter, sweet Jenny Bryce, Jenny Bryce's daughter. I set out with a song by another Canadian songwriter named Stan Rogers, who wrote a lot of great songs. He was from the maritime provinces of Canada, so he wrote a lot of songs about the sea and sailors and such. And this is kind of an inspirational song about a ship that sank and the crew members who weren't willing to let her go. It's called The Mary Ellen Carter. Last October in a pouring driving rain, the skipper he'd been drinking and the mate he felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rock and there they met the fatal blow, and the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. There was just us 5 aboard her when she finally was awash. We'd worked like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost, and the groan she made as she went down, it caused us to exclaim that the Mary Ellen Carter would rise again. The owners wrote her off, not a nickel would they spend. She gave 20 years of service, boys, then met her sorry end. But insurance paid the cost to us, so let her rest below. Then they laughed at us and said we had to go. But we talked of her all winter, some days around the clock. She's worth $250,000 afloating at the dock, and every jar that hit the bar would cause us to proclaim that the Mary Ellen Carter would rise again, rise again, rise again, that her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who loved her best and were with her till the end would make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Spring now we've been with her on a barge lent by a friend. 3 dives a day in a hard hat suit, twice I've had the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are slow, or I'd never have the strength to go below. But we patched her rents, stopped her vents, dog hatch and portal down, put cables on her fore and aft and girded her around. Tomorrow noon we hit the air and then take up the strain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again, that her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who loved her best and were with her till the end would make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Couldn't leave her there, you see, to crumble into scale. She'd saved our lives so many times, a-living through the gale. And the laughing drunken rats who left us to her sorry grave, they won't be laughing in another day. And you to whom adversity has dealt the final blow, when with smiling beggars lying to you everywhere you go. Turn to and put out all your strength of arm and heart and brain, and like the Mary Ellen Carter, rise again, rise again, rise again. Though all hope it be lost or your life about to end, whatever you have lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter, rise again. Rise again. Thank you, folks.
Schedule. And whenever we have enough people around to have a square dance, that's what we do. So our next fiddler that's coming out is going to fiddle a square dance to start off with, and Pumpkin's been gathering up dancers and counting couples and seeing if she can put together a square of a woman from this couple and a
All right, you guys ready? All right. Lady of the Lake. And Lady of the Lake was a tune that I learned from Alan Jabor. And he told me that he learned this tune along with several others from somebody, and then he went around and played these tunes at all sorts of different places. Well, one of the places he was asked to play was the Lady of the Lake dance camp. So he went to this dance camp, and of course the dancers wanted to hear Lady of the Lake. They wanted to dance to it because it was their theme song. So he played Lady of the Lake, but the dancers were all disappointed because it wasn't the Lady of the Lake that they knew. And what had happened is Alan had learned a no-name tune and had been calling it Lady of the Lake, and had learned Lady of the Lake and had been calling it a no-name tune. So the two got backwards, so here's Lady of the Lake. Next one we're going to do is called Peeler Creek Waltz. It's a great waltz, so if you'd like to dance, come on up. And I learned this tune from Mr. Martin over here running the sound.
Shoot her again.
Oh, okay.
Close enough.
Try it without it. Let's see what happens.
I'll share the mic with you, I guess.
Should I use this mic or what?
Yeah, you can.
I'm not one player. I saw him a couple of them. Dalton Rollins.
It's okay.
He had his medal in the sound there.
You're 6'4". It's, there we go.
All right, ready?
I got the swing on the other one.
Money Musk is the name of a town in Scotland. And Money Musk was renovated by Sir Archibald Grant of Money Musk. And the original name of the tune was Sir Archibald Grant of Money Musk. But I figured they got really tired of saying that over and over again every time they wanted to play the tune. So it just got shortened to Money Musk. Alright, I think I'm in tune. So here's Money Musk.
I gotta find yeah. Well, I got me a money. He plays with John down there.
It's another dance, so come up in two-step. See, I always tell people, you need to come two-step if you can't waltz. And even if you can waltz, because to waltz, you have to count to 3. But to two-step, you only have to count to 2. So if you think you can count to 2, come dance. Beaumont Rag. But musicians have problems because they have all these tunes running around in their head. So I think I have an excuse to use a list. Gonna do something, whatever you were gonna do.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, you mean like a blues or
Yeah.
in G?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know if I can sing or not.
We're gonna try something new here. Mike's gonna do something. I'm not exactly sure what yet, actually.
Neither am I.
What are you doing?
Yeah, let's see, we're in G,
Sure.
I think. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Saying now, easy rider. Gal, won't you see what you done done? Oh, easy rider. Oh, won't you see what you done done? Oh, now you made Michael love you, and your second man, he done come. Take it away, Emily. Sunshine, you made the stars come out at night. I said you made the sunshine, mama, made the stars come out at night. You know now there ain't nothing happens down in Mountain View, baby, when you aren't within my sight. Play those blues. Rider, oh mama, won't you see what you done? I said, easy rider, won't you see what you done? Well, your mate Michael love you, and your other man done come. Play it, Emily. Child, it's a low down old aching chill. The blues mama child, it's a low down old aching chill. Now folks, you never had them, I hope that you never will. Take it away, Emily. Now not everybody can do this, especially on the fiddle. I'll tell you what, I don't know another fiddler who can do it like Emily. 15 years old. Woo. Good job.
Called Devil's Dream.
Does that have a mic? Yeah, it does, yeah.
Dance tune. Feel free to come up and dance.
It's not just my favorite, it's because she plays it so dang good.
I'm going to let him introduce his helpers. I started to ask him earlier what he was going to do. He can sing, he can tell stories, he can sing songs that are stories, and he may do a combination of it
You
tonight.
never know.
Well, that's the thing. Even if I had said, what are you going to do? He might not do it when he got up here, so I just decided not to even ask. Junior folks.
I'll tell them a story to start this show off. There was 4 guys lived right here in Mountain View, and I'll tell you a little story about them. Now, I ain't going to call their name because some people would know them if I did. But they had this important job to be done, and they all agreed that everybody ought to do it. But somebody noticed that everybody wasn't doing it, and nobody done it. And they all got mad because anybody could have done it. Then everybody blamed somebody because nobody done what anybody ought to done in the first place. All right, from the Pleasant Grove Hootenanny, we got Dalton Rollins and John Berkey. So we're going to do some tunes, and Rollins is going to kick it off with Lost Indian. And they lived way back over here on the Sylamore Hills, way back about 400 years ago. And the old chief, he had 2 sons, one named Running Deer and the other was Falling Rock. So he didn't know who was going to take over the tribe when he got through. So he told him to go up on them hills, and whoever could bring back a bear could get to be chief. And don't come back till you find one. Well, about a week, Running Bear comes in with his on his shoulder. And Falling Rock never does show up. But they're still looking for Falling Rock. In fact, if you go down here on the river, you'll see a sign driving up through there before you get to Jack's Smoke Dock saying, "Watch for Falling Rock." Yonder.
We do a Hank Williams song here. Like a bird that's lost its dead and flight. I'm alone and oh so blue tonight.
sing. I love Corina, tell the world I do. I love Corina, tell the world I do. Just a little more loving, let your heart be true. Corina, Corina, where'd you stay last night? Corina, Corina, where'd you stay last night? You came home this morning, sun shining bright, play it, dog. Corina up on that hill, Lindsay Hill. I met Corina out on the hill. Them roosters hadn't crowed, Lord, I might have been there still. Corina, Corina, what's the matter now? Corina, Corina, what's the matter now? You wouldn't write me no letter, you don't love me no how. One more time. Corina, Corina, where'd you stay last night? Corina, Corina, where'd you stay last night? You came home this morning, sun shining bright. I'll take it over. I remember back 4 or 5 years ago, we had a lot of politicking. And them politicians promised us if they got elected, things was going to be better. Well, we voted for some of them and they got elected. And things didn't get any better. I can remember way back when Ronald Reagan was president. Bob Hope told the jokes. Johnny Cash sung the songs. Now we've got no Reagan, no Hope, and no Cash.
Just get the love.
Columbus, Georgia, one day back to Tennessee, way down Columbus stockade, friends have turned their backs on me. Go and leave me if you wish to, never let me cross your mind.
to Smoke That Cigarette. Merle Travis wrote it. Now I'm a feller with a heart of gold, the ways of a gentleman I've been told, that kind of a feller that wouldn't even harm a flea. But if me and that certain character met, that guy that invented that cigarette, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. Now it's not that I don't smoke myself or think you're injurious to your health. I've been around them all my life and I ain't dead yet. But at a petting party or a poker game, well, I'll tell you, John, it's all the same. Everything gotta stop when they light up a cigarette. Now the poker game the other night, while old Dame Chance was doing me right, them kings and queens just kept on floating around. I was playing it tough and I betting them high, but my bluff wasn't working on a certain guy. He just kept on erasing and wouldn't even call my bet. Now he'd raise me, then I'd raise him. I was sweating blood, it was sink or swim, so I finally called and it didn't even raise his bet. I said, Ace is full, pal, how about you? And he said, I'll tell you in a minute or two, but right now I'm about to choke out for a cigarette. And I said, smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. You can puff it till you smoke yourself to death. Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hate to make him wait, and you gotta have another cigarette. Well, other day I had me a date with the prettiest little gal in these United States. She's a hybrid, uptown, fancy little dame. Well, she said she loved me, and I believed and think about like they are to be. So hand in hand we strolled down Lover's Lane. Well, she was oh so far from a block of ice, and that smooching party was going nice. I'll tell you, don't I believe I'd have been there yet. But she gave my hand a little squeeze, and she said, Junior, excuse me, please, I've just got to light up a cigarette. And I looked her right in the eye and said, smoke, smoke, smoke your cigarette. You can puff it, till you smoke yourself to death. Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hate to make it wait, and you gotta have another cigarette. Woo! Listen to this. To sing about, joke about, write about, read about, or just anything else about, I reckon, because it's got so many sides. It's got the north side, the south side, the east side, the west side, the upside, the downside, the inside, and the outside. Everybody can see a different side. It's got the clear side, the muddy side, the political side, the religious side, the Democratic side, and the Republican side. The more you get to thinking about that, the more you realize that each side is worse than the other. It's got the long side, the short side, the man's side, the woman's side. You know it's the only state mentioned in the Bible. The Bible says Noah looked out of the ark and saw. Now, I knowed this guy from this Arkansas here one time said he was going to go way out west and grow up with civilization. Well, he got as far as Oklahoma, went broke, got up again it real bad. Had to sell his dog for the money to get back to Arkansas. Yeah, he had this beautiful, well-bred, half-hound dog pup. And he had to sacrifice that beautiful creature for $1.50. He told me if he'd have still had that pup when he got back here to the court square, he could have got $15 for him just like that.
Oh, really? G. I was born in East Virginia, North Carolina, how'd it go? There I met a Bergen maiden, but her age I did not know. Her hair was dark and curly, and her cheeks were rosy red. On her breast she wore a lily, where alone lay my head. Molly dear, ask your mother if my bride might ever be. She says no, come back and tell me, and I will run away with thee. No, I'll not go ask my mother, while she lies with her friends. In her hand she holds a dagger, kill the man that I would lend. I'll go back to East Virginia, North Carolina ain't my home. I'll go back to East Virginia, leave North Carolina alone. Oh, you know, I'd like to see you at my door. You're welcome in. At my gate, I'll always greet you. You're the girl I tried to win. You're the girl I tried to win.
Back to G. A song come off the Louisiana Hayride back in the late 40s called Howdy Call Boogie. Well, the rooster and the hen, they sat in the shade. The rooster done the boogie while the hen laid egg. You done the Howdy Call Boogie. Done the Howdy Call Boogie. We done the Howdy Call Boogie. We could boogie woogie all the time. They invented a tonic that would cure us all. They had to call it something, so they called it had to call it. So had to call boogie.
Howdy call,
Do
Boogie.
the had to call boogie.
Howdy call,
Do
Boogie.
the had to call boogie. Made her boogie woogie all the time. Let Mr. Rollins. I went out to the country to spend about a week. The farmer's wife got to walking in her sleep and doing the Howdy Call Boogie.
Howdy call,
She
Boogie.
done the Howdy Call Boogie.
Howdy call,
She
Boogie.
done the Howdy Call Boogie. She could boogie woogie all the time. My old car wouldn't run, it just wanted to stand still. A jug of Howdy Call made her boogie up a hill. It done the Howdy Call Boogie.
Howdy call, Boogie.
Yeah, the Howdy Call Boogie.
Howdy call, Boogie.
Done the Howdy Call Boogie. Boogie woogie all the time. All right, pass it on. St. or Marcella or wherever John lives, Pleasant Grove maybe, the other day, and I said, John, what do you do around here for fun? And he said, oh, I love to fish. And I said, man, I'm a fisherman too. Said, let's go out there and fish. So he gave me a cane pole, and he dug up some worms there, and he said, let's go out here, and there are fish everywhere. So we got to fishing. John's catching them fish right and left, and I hadn't caught a fish yet. I mean, he must have 10 or 12. And I said, John, what are you doing different than I am? And John went, I said, you got to talk a little plainer. I can't understand the words you're saying. He spit out them worms. He said, you got to keep them worms warm.
When we dance together, my world's in disguise. It's a fairyland tale that's come true. And when you look at me with those stars in your eyes, I could waltz across Texas with you. Waltz across Texas with you in my arms. Waltz across Texas with you. Like a storybook ending, I'm lost in your charm. And I could waltz across Texas with you. Troubles are just up and gone the moment that you come in view. And with your hand in mine, dear, I could dance on and on. And I could waltz across Texas with you. Waltz across Texas with you. Texas with you. Like a storybook ending, I'm lost in your charm. And I could waltz across Texas with you. Texas with you in my arms. Waltz across Texas with you. Like a storybook ending, I'm lost in your charm. And I could waltz across Texas with you. And I could waltz across Texas with you.
Song for an ending song. I mean, I can't believe it, but we did. Somebody wanted to hear that chicken song that we do. Chicken truck, it's just my luck. Chicken truck, behind him I'm stuck. Chicken truck, down highway number 5. I was late when I pulled out from Hebron. Trying to get to this show here in Mountain View. When I got behind a chicken truck in Drasco, about 35 was all he's gonna do. I was mad and I couldn't get around him, and a funny smell was getting shield. Why the feathers wanna blow? It's a hard and good to sing. Here we go now. Chicken truck, it's just my luck. Chicken truck, behind him I'm stuck. Chicken truck, down highway number 5. Well, a hen kept a clucking, there's a rooster a crowing, blowing me down when I heard a bit of going. Chicken truck, down highway number 5. There's a lot of crooked roads up in these Ozarks. Parton, everyone's got double yaller lines. If you get behind a chicken truck around here, I'll tell you, John, it's hard to make good time. But he slowed down and I finally tried to round him on that big long hill just south of Mountain View. He had a box of Colonel Sanders on his dashboard. He's eating fried chicken and throwing the bones at me. Here we go now. Chicken truck, it's just my luck. Chicken truck, behind him I'm stuck. Chicken truck, down highway number 5. Well, a hen kept a clucking, there's a rooster a crowing, slowing me down when I needed to be a going. Chicken truck, down highway number 5. Thank you folks for listening to us.
Not too close, she says.
Yeah, still.
I want to take this opportunity to say a few thank yous, mainly to the performers tonight, all of whom are volunteering their time and talents, and we really appreciate them. Everybody associated with this show is a volunteer. Ozark Traditions Group sponsors the show, organizes the
Tell a story, I can tell it all about the mountain boy who ran illegal alcohol. His daddy made whiskey, his son he drew the load, and when his engine roared, they called the highway Thunder Road. Sometimes in Asheville, sometimes Memphis town, the revenuers chased him, but they couldn't run him down. Each time they thought they had him, his engine would explode. He'd go by like they were standing still on Thunder Road, and there was thunder over Thunder Road. Thunder was his engine and white lightning was his load, and there was moonshine to quench the devil's thirst. The lawmen swore they'd get him, but the devil got him first. On the 1st of April, 1954, the federal man said word had better make his run no more. He sent 200 agents for covering the state. Whichever road he tried to take, they'd get him sure as fate. The son, his daddy told him, make this run you laugh. The tank is held, build 100 proof, you're all tuned up in gas. Now don't take any chances. If you can't get through, I'd rather have you back again than all that Mountain Dew. And there was thunder over Thunder Road. Thunder was his engine and white lightning was his load. And there was moonshine to quench the devil's thirst. The lawmen swore they'd get him, but the devil got him first. Roaring right through Harlan, revving up his mill, he shot the gap at Cumberland and screamed by Maynard Bill with G-Men on his taillight. Roadblocks up ahead, the mountain boy took roads that even angels feared to tread. Roaring right through Knoxville, out on Kingston Pike, right outside of Beaumont Rag, they made the fatal strike. He left the road in 90, that's all there is to say. The devil got the moonshine and the mountain boy at day. And there was thunder over Thunder Road. Thunder was his engine and white lightning was his load. And there was moonshine to quench the devil's thirst. The lawmen swore they'd get him, but the devil got him first. The lawmen never got him, cause the devil got him first. Thank you.
As Lori said, we call ourselves Harmony. That was Mr. Dave Smith, you've heard earlier singing that song. This is Robert Gillahan.
Hey folks, good to be here.
My name's Mary Gillahan. This next tune was written about a family here in Stone County, written by Mr. Charlie Sandage. It's called Neighbors. Choose your friends for their power, sell your love for their... Okay. Choose your friends for their power, sell your love for their gold. Well, it seems like the signs of the times, but some folks remember what neighbors are for, and some of them are neighbors of mine. I have lived among some good and gentle people. I have walked in a strong growing land. I have sung the songs I know I will hear once again, being sung by some heavenly band. Building cities of steel, building highways of stone, we forget what this good earth is for. But somewhere there is land that is held in God's hand, and some of it lies near my door. I have lived among some good and gentle people. I have walked in a strong growing land. I have sung the songs I know I will hear once again, being sung by some heavenly band. And I hear talk every day of this world going wrong. I hear sounds of the pines left behind, but long summer nights full of fiddles and song is the sound I will hold in my mind. I have lived among some good and gentle people. I have walked in a strong growing land. I have sung the songs I know I will hear once again, being sung by some heavenly band. I have lived among some good and gentle people. I have walked in a strong growing land. I have sung the songs I know I will hear once again, being sung by some heavenly band. And I have sung the songs I know I will hear once again, being sung by some heavenly band.
About this area, one called Ozark Hills. In these hills I was born. I thought I'd never roam, but times got hard and I had to go away. How I love the folks back home, and I feel so all alone. But in my heart I'm going back someday. How I love these Ozark hills. Close my eyes to see the valleys and the fields. And though I'm far away, you can always hear me say, Lord, I love these Ozark hills. Lord, I love these Ozark hills. I've traveled around town to town, wherever work was found. Sometimes we worked so hard for very little pay. It's hard to find peace of mind just to make it through each day. But in my heart I'm going back to stay. How I love these Ozark hills. I close my eyes and see the valleys and the fields. And though I'm far away, you could always hear me say, Lord, Center.
Yeah, Will Merring wrote this. She'll be back here at the Folk Center, I believe, on the 25th of July.
Oh, yeah.
With Robert Boland, her amazing instrumental partner.
Plays an old 33 Epiphone or something like that.
He plays them all. He's
metal
amazing.
Epiphone.
This song, we really like this song. It's called Bottomlands. As a child I knew the bottomlands. I knew it in the spring, in the blazing heat of the summertime, autumn mallards on the wing. And I knew the way to your house down the winding gravel road. Yes, I knew the way to your house with my eyes closed. And we'd walk along in the bottomland where the corn grows 8 feet high, and the mud comes up between our toes, and the sun beats down like it somehow knows. Fall's not far away, we'll walk again in the bottomland someday. Like a midnight freight through the bottomland on a track to God knows where, I took a ride on a life that was just as fast, and I landed somehow here. But the air here smells of gasoline, and I miss the cricket song. How was I to know that it would be so long? Till we'd walk along in the bottomlands where the corn grows 8 feet high, and the mud comes up between our toes, and the sun beats down like it somehow knows. Fall's not far away, we'll walk again in the bottomlands someday. I go to the bottomland and I feel the summer sun. I smell the weeds in the ditches and I hear the river run. And I see you on the river bank and you turn to me and smile. It's a dream that seems more real with every mile. And we'll walk along in the bottomland where the corn grows 8 feet high, and the mud comes up between our toes, and the sun beats down like it somehow knows. Fall's not far away, we'll walk again in the bottomland someday. I imagine a home on a river bluff overlooking the fields of green, where me and you, like we used to do, walk the levee once again. But I'm still a little restless, and I've got some dues to pay, and a wish will keep me working toward the day when we'll walk again in the bottomland where the corn grows 8 feet high, and the mud comes up between our toes, and the sun beats down like it somehow knows. Fall's not far away, we'll walk again in the bottomlands. We'll walk again in the bottomlands. We'll walk again in the bottomlands someday.
about James Keelahan a little earlier. We loved when he used to come down here and play at the old Rhythm and Blues Coffee House. He really brought a lot of great songs into Stone County, and this has always been one of my favorites. Got the old auto harp out again here. Do a tune called Orion. And this is a nice waltz too, if you want to waltz. I can make out the belt of the hunter Orion, climbing the heavens, sweeping the sky. I can tell by the scars and the glittering belt that it's time to start searching for how and for why. So many stars come and go, some have names and some you know, and some will remind me of you. So many things here and gone, some don't fit and some belong, and some will remind me of you. I can feel the north wind make a kick at the window. It's seeking resistance, it tries to come in. I can tell by the flame of the flickering candle, now it has succeeded and winter begins. So many winds come and go, some blow hot and some blow cold, and some will remind me of you. So many things here and gone, some don't fit and some belong, and some will remind me of you. There's some part of you always will come through, some small part of my day. There's some part of me always longs to be, just can't keep you away. I can see by the clock on the wall, time's advancing, and it waits for no one now. This much I see, the time is a river, and on it we're flowing. We're rocking and rolling till we reach the sea. So many hours come and go, some go fast and some go slow, and some will remind me of you. So many things here and gone, some don't fit and some belong, and some will remind me of you. Yes, some will remind me of you.
To Canaan's land I'm on my way, where the soul of man never dies. My darkest night will turn to day, where the soul of man never dies. Dear friends, there'll be no sad farewells, no tea, no tear dimmed eyes, where all is joy and love, and the soul of man never dies. A rose is blooming there for me, where the soul of man never dies, and I will spend eternity where the soul of man never dies. Dear friend, there'll be no sad farewells, there'll be no tear dimmed eyes, where all is peace and joy and love, and the soul of man never dies. A love light beams across the foam, where the soul of man never dies. It shines to light the shores of home, where the soul of man never dies. Dear friend, there'll be no sad farewells, there'll be no tear dimmed eyes, where all is peace and joy and love, and the soul of man never dies.
I'm on my way to that fair land where the soul of man never dies, where there will be no parting hand and the soul of man never dies. Dear friend, there'll be no sad farewells, there'll be no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is peace and joy and love and the soul of man never dies.
It's choked up when we do that song.
On a day like today.
This song for you now, written by the Bard of Boonville, Missouri, old Bob Dyer. He's passed on now, but he wrote this song about all the seasons here in the Ozarks. We'll just pretend this is a late summer day, okay?
Okay.
Sure seemed like one, didn't it?
Yes.
The song's called On a Day Like Today. On a day like today, in the heat of this late summer weather, there's a haze in the trees and the sound of the bees and the clover. There's a hawk on the spring and a shine on the bright rivers of water, and I feel deep inside something wanting to stay here forever.
On a day like today, in the last golden days of October, with the chill in the air and the light haze of frost on the clover, there's a fire in the trees and the sound on the breeze like a whisper, and I feel deep inside something wanting to stay here forever. But the seasons keep changing, and the days just keep running away. And forever's a gift you're forever giving away.
On a day like today, in the heart of this long, bitter winter, with a light from the moon making stars on the snow or the clover, I sit down by the fire in the heat of its slow dying ember, and I feel deep inside something wanting to stay here forever.
But the seasons keep changing, and the days just keep running away. And forever's a gift you're forever giving away.
It's a morning in spring and the dew on the jewel weed still glistens, and I almost can hear new life being born as I listen. I walk down by the spring and I drink from its clear flowing water, and I feel deep inside something wanting to stay here forever.
But the seasons keep changing, and the days just keep running away. And forever's a gift you're forever giving away. And forever's a gift you're forever giving away.
dance.
The old fiddle man.
Oh,
Yeah, they can sure dance.
sure.
Feel free to jig dance.
The medley of fiddle music.
Our second to the last song. It's a song written by John McCutcheon, just a really beautifully written song called Water from Another Time. New mown hay on a July morn, the grandkids are running through the knee-high corn, a sunburned nose and a scabbed up knee from a rope at the white oak tree. Just another summer's day at Grandpa's farm with Grandma's bucket hanging off my arm. You know the old pump's rusty, but it works fine, primed with water from another time. It don't take much, but you gotta have some. The old ways help, the new ways come. Leave a little extra for the next in line. Gonna need a little water from another time. Tattered quilt on a goose down bed, every stitch tells a story. Grandma said her mama's nightgown and Grandpa's pants and the dress she wore to her high school dance. Now wrapped at night in those patchwork scenes, I waltz with Grandma in my dreams. My arms, my heart, my life and
another time. Newborn cry in the morning air, the past and the future are wedded there. In this wellspring of my sons and daughters, the bone and blood of living water. While Grandpa's hands have gone to dust, like Grandma's pump reduced to rust. Their stories quench my soul and mind, like water from another time. It don't take much, but you gotta have some. The old ways help, the new ways come. Leave a little extra for the next in line. Gonna need a little water from another time. It don't take much, but you gotta have some. The old ways help, the new ways come. Leave a little extra for the next in line. Gonna need a little water from another time.
Gonna need a little water.
Need a little water. Gonna need a little water from another time. With one of Charlie Sandage's songs, I want to remind y'all we do have some CDs with us. If you're interested in taking some of our music home with us, with you, not with us, come and see us afterwards. We'll make some kind of trade.
Hey, this next song began over on. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Over on Highway 67. If you went on a Friday or Saturday night anywhere, well, north of Twist, south of the Missouri border, you'd liable to run across some pretty wild places. And I've talked to a few people that went to some of them. They've always said that at the Porky's, place called Porky's, if they'd check you at the door. If you didn't have a gun or a knife, they'd give you one. But it was a pretty wild place, though. And we know several people from this community that used to go over there. In the early days, in the early 50s, they'd go over and make money on Friday and Saturday night playing music, which was an unheard of thing back then. But then other cats started hearing about money to be made, and so they started coming in and adding a few other licks, and first one thing another, and next thing you knew, rock and roll began.
In Arkansas.
Yeah.
That it?
Yeah, Charlie calls this up on Highway 67. Up on Highway 67, Saturday night, getting right. Wagon wheel up to Porky's rooftop, gonna be rocking. Could be a fire, there's a silver moon winging in a cotton field heaven. Up on Highway 67. You got boys from the hill, you got girls from the town. You got Jerry Lee and Elvis and the Sunsound crowd. Carl, he's looking for a new way of thinking. Just slide them strings and play the backbeat loud. Phoebe's searching for R&B heaven. Up on Highway 67. Porches and listened in the churches, listened in the talks for the licks they could use. Sounds a little like me, a little like preaching, a little like mama gonna shot in the blood. A turned up collar, greasy side burned heaven. Up on Highway 67. Saturday night, getting right. Wagon wheel up the Porky's rooftop, gonna be rocking. Could be a fire, there's a silver moon winking in a cotton field heaven. Up on Highway 67.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
And thanks to Miss Lori Freeze for once again taking all the names of the musicians and putting the show together.
They have metal detectors at the door.
That's right. Yeah.
Don't let anybody in.
Yeah. All them schools over there got metal detectors.
That's it. Thanks for coming, and come back and see us next week.
We went to the couch.